actually, I thought it was the last time I made a video was when I opened my Midgie doll Cho, who's behind me. You can't see him. He's still without a face up, but more on that later. But anyways, I thought that was the last video, but actually the last video was when I opened up my Soon Tinies. So it's been a while, and I just wanted to give an update on dolls and on life. So, like I said in their video, I moved. This is my new bedroom. And it's been the longest move in the history of the world, I'm pretty sure. So, it was officially my apartment the 1st of September, which I'm a teacher, was also the first week of school. Stupid. But not only that, but, wow. If I say but anymore, gosh. Anyway, the rooms, the person who lived here before was a man, and everything was man colors. This room was brown, and I don't mean like a pretty chocolate brown, like mud. The living room downstairs was like terracotta brown. The kitchen has the closest to a nice brown. It's like a chocolatey brown, I guess. And the bathroom was bright brick, dark red with a yellow bathtub and sink. So I decided I wanted to paint. And since it was dark colors, I had to prime everything. So I'm actually not even finished painting. This room is done. I wonder what it's registering as. It's a lilac, like a purple. My living room is a really pretty light blue. My bathroom is primed, but it's not painted yet. And my hallways are sort of grungy, so I'm going to paint them too. And sorry, I'm looking over at the hallway. I'm going to paint them the same blue as the living room. And then last, which I'm not even really thinking about painting it now, but I am going to paint the kitchen. The walls that are brown, because they're like 2 accent walls that are brown, I'm actually going to leave them that brown. But the walls that are white, I'm going to paint pink. So it's a lot. So that has taken up a lot of money that would have gone to doll funds. Right before the whole moving, which was sort of out of the blue, like I'd been looking for months and months, and I fell in love with this one apartment, but it had a fluctuating rent, and I was like, I don't know, and then the rent skyrocketed. So I kind of wasn't really looking at anything else. I was just hoping and waiting for the rent at those places to go down. And somebody just happened to mention that they saw this place was for rent. It's not an apartment building. It's an old Victorian house that's been split into 4 apartments. They saw that it was for rent, and the price was right. And so I actually contacted the person, and they didn't get back to me for over 2 weeks, I think. So I sort of had forgotten about it, given up on it. And then the day after I got my Midgie doll Cho, I got a call from the lady, and I went to see it and fell in love with it, and that was that. So my Midgie doll, he got put right back in the box. My Sooms, I opened them and then put them back in the box. My Midgie doll still has no face up. I didn't bother to buy anything new because of moving, and yeah, so I haven't really bought anything that I wasn't already purchasing or had on layaway. I haven't really bought anything. And then, but I have an Infinity doll, which will be shipping who knows when. I had put them on layaway, and I finished paying them off on October 6th. So I'm hoping soon. And then I have another doll, one more doll that I have on layaway. And then I don't plan on buying any more dolls, but I've said that before. But anyway, I don't plan on buying any more because right now I'm feeling very incomplete with my doll collection. Um, so yeah. Okay, I'll more on whatever the house, or I think I'm done. No. Oh, another thing is the funds have been low because of doing all the stuff with the house, and just when I thought my funds were going to be good again, I had a whole ordeal with my car. It got towed for the stupidest reason in the history of the world, and then I got it back, and that same week that I got it back, I had already planned on, I had an appointment to get I had 2 recalls, so I had them taken care of. And so I got the back, and 2 days after I got it back from the recalls, I was, I'm in New Jersey, and I was in Philly. It's not far. I was like 30 minutes away, 30, 40 minutes away from home. But I was in the parking lot of IKEA buying more stuff for my apartment, and my steering stopped working, and yeah, it wasn't a good time. But hopefully everything is good now, and after Christmas I can start thinking about things for BJDs again. But until then, I'm not even thinking about getting anything for my BJDs. But I do have, like I said, well, I don't know if I finished my sentence. I'm sort of all over the place. I'm sorry. That's how I've been lately since this whole moving thing, which is actually really good. I love the place. It's beautiful. Once it's done, I'll do a whole review of the apartment, but that won't be for a while. I'm thinking spring. Anyway, I'm waiting for my Infinity doll. Yeah, I did say that because I ordered him October 6th, so who knows when it'll come. And I have another doll in layaway. It will be finished being paid off either December or January, depending. We'll see. Then what I would like to do in the new year, well, I guess this is going to be, what are your plans for the new year? I'm doing it early, I guess. Pretty much everybody, I want to have a new wig. Oh no. My Apple House girl has had more wigs than anybody else. I still don't have a wig that I love. This is not the wig for her. I keep thinking, oh, that will work, and then it ends up not working. So, a wig for her. I want a new wig. There's actually 2 wigs that I saw on Kroby doll that I want for my Annika, spoiled. And I also want to get her some new eyes, spoiled. She really is done as far as her look. I just want to spoil her some more. She doesn't need anything really. She's wearing this wasn't her wig. I just put it on her just to see, and I actually kind of really like it on her. This is Clyde. But I do want another new wig for her. I also saw a Kroby doll wig that I really liked. It's not a necessity, so it probably won't be anytime soon. She really doesn't need much. Oh, yes, she does. I took off half of her face up. You can't see. I took off half of her face up. Obviously, I need to fix that. One of the things, one of the many projects I had going on right before the whole moving started was I had started to do face-ups. I started trying face-ups. I actually have a sample of one of my face-ups. This was the Let's Summer Event Head, who I now decided is going to be Annika, my Miu, my Let's Miu. It's going to be her love interest. I'm going to redo it, but I think it's pretty good for a beginning face-up. It wasn't my first face up. It's the only face up I've done on him, but it wasn't my first BJD face up. Not bad though. I actually did her face up too, because I sent her away to get a face up, and the person who did it exactly how I asked, but it still just wasn't what I wanted. So I tried my hand at hers. It's pretty close to what I want, but it's not there yet. And she has no eyelashes. That's one of the things I have not done yet. If anybody could give me some advice on what exactly, like size to look for, or brand or kind, if I'm just going to like the drugstore to get some eyelashes, what do you recommend? That would be great. Both of my tinies actually have clothes that I bought them, but they're packed away somewhere. I'm still not even close to unpacking. I know it's November. I joke about having a problem of being a bibliomaniac. It's not a joke, and you realize that when you have to carry the boxes of books, and that they just keep coming, and you have nowhere else for them. But that and craft supplies and dolls. Anyway, she has clothes somewhere. But I want, this is one of the wigs I bought for my Eiffel house that I didn't like. She's just borrowing it. I do want her to have a mohair wig all wild like this, but not quite as wild as this. This is a little, it was ponytails and I took it out because I didn't like it with the ponytails. And it's working for now. It'll do for now, but it's not what her finished product is going to be. But, oh, by the way, her name is Damaris. She's going to have gray or silvery gray. Some sort of gray hair. So close to, you know, but not quite. Another thing I need to do with my BJDs is there are several that need to be restrung. She does not want to sit. He is really loose. He also needs a wig, obviously, but I want something this color, but this is way too big. See? He needs to be restrung. She needs to be restrung. My Midgie doll needs to be restrung. When I bought my Midgie doll, there was like nobody really saying much about his body. And when they did, it was to complain about either his knee joints, which I kind of get, but they're not a huge deal to me, or his shoulder joint things, which I actually really like. Nobody said anything about his foot joints that I hate with a passion. Oh yeah, he has no pants because his pants are packed somewhere and I don't know where. Yeah, he wears Uggs. He can rock them. This is Boz. But he has pants that fit him, but they're really not his style anyway. He probably needs the most out of all my BJDs. He's going to be first in line to get some things. One of them might be Lutz feet, because you can't see this. I'll have to do this in a different video, but his foot, the S hook connects to a bar that's in his foot, and the S hook just slides back and forth on the bar, and his feet are just so unsteady, and they'll do that all the time. So he can't like stand that, and the fact that I've restrung him a trillion times, and even had other people who knew what they were doing more than I did restring him at a doll meet, and he still is not tight. I mean, it's like this leg is tighter than this leg. What's that about? Feel free to give me pointers on this. And while I'm asking for advice and such, so advice on eyelashes, restringing advice, I might as well ask the other advice. I was going to make a please help me video, but I might as well just add this, and if not, I'll just cut this part out and ask it later. And she needs to be restrung also, but she doesn't have S-hooks in her, I don't think in her arms either. But that's not the problem. Her arms aren't the problem. She doesn't have S-hooks. They just have a little bit of elastic, like a little hoop of elastic on her foot, and then it has to go through. So when you rethread her, you have to go all the way like that. You can't just hook the feet on at the end. And I don't know. I find it difficult. I have not seen a single person make a video with a secret doll person. Any secret doll person owners out there who can help me, please do. Because she's just a wobbly mess right now, and I love her so much, and I don't want her to be a wobbly mess. And last but not least, Annika. See, there is something with Annika. I just think she's so perfect. I forget. Her Lutz head cap, you know, like the put it in and screw it on, does not stay on. It's so loose. When I got it, it was pretty easy to take on and off, and I guess the resin has worn to where it just does not stay at all. Anybody have a fix that will work permanently? You can like hear it wobble actually, so that she's not losing her head cap. There's been several times when I've been at a meetup where I'll pick her up and her head cap part is like about to fall off. Also, her turn key likes to turn a little, not to the point of coming off, but enough to make me paranoid of it coming off. So any help with these things, that would be great. So I guess wrapping it up, lots of dolls. Oh, November, I have a lot of dolls. Please don't judge me, but November is the anniversary of my first BJD. Annika, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in-house, 1 on the way, and 1 on layaway. And then I have, okay, I was just going to tell you this, but I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 floating heads. Well, one's a 6 floating heads. One's a faceplate, and it was event head from when I bought my first. Annika was not the first doll I bought. She was the first doll that I got that was correct. Clyde was the first doll I got. Fairyland had an event where you got an event head. I think it's Pookie Fee, Chiwoo Vampire Elf Head. If I knew where it was right now, I would show it to you, because that's what I would practice my first face-ups on. It's had a trillion face-ups, all in basically the same style, which is quite elaborate for a first face-up. Wow, lost my train of thought. Anyway, that was my first piece of resin ever. My little event head, because I had to send my first doll back, and then I got Annika the next month, and then all the way in, I think, January, I finally got Clyde. Yeah, January I got Clyde. March, I think I got both Lydia, who's my Eiffel House doll, and Julep, who's my secret doll. And then nothing. Summertime. When did I order you? I know is since the summertime, I've been paying for one or more dolls. It got a little crazy, but it's gonna slow down. First of all, because I depleted those doll funds by going crazy buying dolls. By the way, I don't have a single doll that I regret purchasing. But I now have so many that need things that I'm not really thinking about buying another one, said the girl who was looking at the marketplace today. Once again, lost my train of thought. This video is probably a trillion years long, so I'm gonna say goodbye. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Let's see if that's a better look at my face-up work. I'm in the process of enhancing hers. Her eyes look good. Obviously, her mouth does not.